former mayor of Utica, Tim Julian, our special guest host today, and the topic of Common Councilman Vescera's proposed moratorium on refugees coming into the Mohawk Valley. First of all, this moratorium refers to the 400 refugees that might be coming in. I'm not sure that's accurate, is it? We're a Tier 2 designation for reassignment of refugees.
Right. I don't think the number would be that that high. I think, look, Vescera's a grandstander. He's always been a grandstander. Back in 1999, he has this his radio show that he continues, I think, to this day, the Common Sense. He had the Common Sense group. He purported that for many, many years to be part of this, we have this organization, it's Common Sense. Well, who's part of your organization? Can't talk about it. Well, who's this? Who talked to him? Was it Fight Club? I mean, what exactly is it? I mean, you can't talk about any part of it. Couldn't say how you could join it, how you could be part of it, how he was the president of it, how he got this radio show. All these other things like that. Nobody, his listenership is extremely poor on that. He tries to bully people in to go in to listen to his radio show and to be part of his radio show and it's just, go away, Frank. Go away.
Well, he is.
So, he is. The people have turned him away, thankfully, and that's good. But here's a guy, didn't live in the city of Utica for years, lied about the fact he didn't live in the city of Utica while he was running for office in Utica, saying, oh, no, well, I've got two places, yet, he's just a person who, we don't need that type of negativity. And just raw negativity, not a here's a solution, here's an answer, here's what I don't like, and here's why I don't like it, and now I'm going to tell you what I would do. He's just negative. He is an absolute thorn in the side of progress. He has always been a thorn in the side of progress. He's been against everything. When we tried to spot a PNC grocery store in North Utica, he was against that. When we tried to the only thing he wasn't against is when he wanted to sell his properties on the corner of Eagle and Mohawk Street to a drugstore. He was against the other three corners when they tried to be sold to that same drugstore because it was going to ruin the character of the neighborhood or something along that line. He actually wrote editorials to the Observer-Dispatch about that. But now, when they were trying to put it on his corner, he was all for it. This is a great spot for it. And he tried to talk to neighbors, and the neighbors weren't having it. They were smart enough to realize this guy was just trying to use them through the years to shoot this other project down.
And how long ago was that, Tim? This
was back in, I think, somewhere between 2003, 2004, somewhere in there.
All right. And bring it forward to current day, this proposed moratorium, and how do you think it will be received among his other common council members?
I think they're going to really just laugh it right out of the hall. I think they're truly going to laugh it out of the hall. First off, the common council themselves cannot do anything about that. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to go after some of the council people he may have had issue with through his term and his tenure there and try to make them go to one side or the other on an issue that most of them probably don't want to go near, and they probably don't want to go near because there's no reason for them to, because they can't do anything about this if this happens. So I think it's just much ado about nothing. It's typical Frank Vescera grandstanding fashion, and frankly, he has a little over a month left in his term of office. See you later. Goodbye. Leave, please. There's the door.
Numbers to reach us, 624-0870, if you have reaction to Tim Julian's comments about this proposed moratorium. Again, 624-0870 is the phone line. You can also text us at 623-0373. Part of the reason why this won't be well received at all is he's fighting against federal statutes with regard to this, right?
Yeah, I think it's really the federal government.
Federal government, yeah, that set up the whole...
the resettlement program.
Yes, correct. Under Sherry Bollard at the time, back in, it's probably gone back 30 years now, close to 30 years.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's got some history he's fighting against. So, but that won't stop him. Because,
do you think it's more like you were saying, a movement to bait some of the other council people to get involved in an issue? Because it really is a city made up so much of refugees and immigrants that if you take a position on this issue, no matter where you feel that you are, if you publicly take a position, you're setting yourself up.
Oh, you're certainly setting yourself up for, the city of Utica is certainly a large refugee population that, by and large has been very productive and very positive for the city. And I think what he's doing is he's operating on that divisiveness as well as, trying to feed off of a real fear-mongering type of feel. I mean, he's going after a very I don't want to try to get inside the head of a Frank Vescera, because I think it's a scary, dark, and lonely place.
How do you really feel, Tim?
I don't know what he's trying to do, other than just get himself out there at the last gasp. Again, maybe he's trying to take over the Democratic Party, the reins of the Democratic Party, and so he could run that. I'm not really quite sure. But Frank Vescera is a guy who I never really had a lot of good things to. He was always far more of a negative than any part of it being a positive to the advancement of the area. And I think that's we have a lot of people on that Common Council who are looking forward to the advancement of the area and are working diligently toward advancing the area. And I think that's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on those people who are again working diligently every day to make sure that the city's moving forward, rather than someone like a Frank Vescera who's trying to make one last hurrah before he leaves.